Meet sailing yacht Avanti and her crew, Gerard and Jacqueline. We left Cape Town in December 2021 on our floating home, heading west on an adventure of a lifetime around the world. It's been a while since we've gone sailing, and it's time to dust off the cobwebs and see if Avanti can still sail. Now that most of the boat jobs are done and the steering cable is replaced, it's time to see how all the jobs hold up, if we did anything wrong, if there's anything else fixing.
More like a test motor than a sail.
We're on the move again. We haven't been anywhere off the mooring ball in 5 months, so it's the longest we've been in one place by far. So it's nice to get off the mooring ball and sail to Gili, Asahan. So the autopilot's working, our depth meter's working, wind speed's working, but not our speed sensor. And Gerard did dive it yesterday and clean it, so don't really know why that's on 0, but the other ones are a bit more crucial at least. Maybe it'll start working again as we run a bit.
We've just picked up a mooring ball at Gili, Asahan. There's a little island behind us as well that we might go for a snorkel later. Unfortunately, there's absolutely no wind today, so much for a test sail. But hopefully on the way back to Gili G'day we get a bit of wind. But today maybe a snorkel and definitely checking out a clean beach.
We saw our first seahorses. Two. A black one and a green one. So cool. Definitely a new one. We haven't seen seahorses in another place. And they're really good camouflages. We probably swam over a bunch. But Gerard spotted them lying very still on the ocean bottom between the grass. Cool.
Today I'm tasting Stonewood Pacific Ale. It's actually not an Indonesian brewed beer, it's an Australian brewed beer. I did see them in Australia as well. We are running out of options in Indonesia in terms of variety of beer. I'm sure we haven't had them all, but you see less and less options. So this is a Pacific Ale or Pale Ale brewed just north of Sydney in Byron Bay. It's got 4.4% alcohol and it's a 375ml can. This one we bought it in Indonesia and it is quite pricey here because it's an Australian beer. So it was about $7 Australian, whatever that might be. You can see it's unfiltered, so yeah, expect it to be nice and fruity and hoppy. Definitely a typical pale ale with a fruity taste to it. It's not as fruity as I would expect it to be. Maybe I'm just used to pulses now. But in terms of a rating for this one, because of the cost, it's also quite expensive. I would give this one a 6 out of 10. Cheers. We got some freshly caught squid yesterday from a local. So we YouTubed how to clean them. First time for us. And we've cleaned a big one already. Nice tube and a set of tentacles. And we're about to clean the last one. It's actually quite interesting anatomy. And it's a relatively easy process to get them cleaned up. So there you've got it. Clean squid tube and some tentacles. While snorkeling at Gili Asahan, something swam right into my head, and by my surprise, it was a rat. Hopefully not on its way to Avanti. After being startled by the swimming rat, we decided it's time to get out of here. It's only 4 nautical miles back to Gili Gili, so we should be there in less than an hour. I also managed to quickly dive this boat speed sensor again, and to our surprise, it came to life on our way back to Gili.
Looks like we made it back just in time for the rain. Hopefully not too bad. We had a little bit of wind, almost had enough wind to put up the sails, but then we were right here, so it's probably just a little wind gust before the rain. Thank you for joining us on our travels. Next episode, we go through the list of things we need to check before we can cross the Indian Ocean. Bad weather comes through and we have an uninvited guest. If you like this week's episode, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We're looking forward to your comments below. A special thank you to our Patreons, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.